everyone, how are you all doing? Oh my goodness, I am so beyond excited to be filming today, and I am so sorry it has been such a ridiculously long time since I filmed. But if you follow any of my social media channels, you would see that I am pregnant and I am so excited. But unfortunately I've had a really bad run of morning sickness, so all over Christmas we had time off work and I literally spent the whole time vomiting and doing house renovations. So literally between vomiting, renos and sleeping, that's all I did for about 4 weeks. So, but I'm feeling heaps better. We've only got 1 more week and we're in our second trimester, so very exciting. But again, I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to film and I just haven't had the energy to do anything. So I'm very excited today to be getting back into it. I've got so many ideas, so many things to film, but I also want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to those that have continued to support me, that have continued to hang around and wait for me to come back. Like it means so much to me. And yeah, so back in the game, back I will be posting things again, getting back into my videos, and yes, I am very excited. I'm going to have to make sure I try and just be calm through this video because I feel like I'm going to talk a million miles a minute because I am very excited. So today I thought for my first, I can't believe it's February and it's my first video of 2018. It's just a little bit sad, but that's okay. We are going to do a full face using Rimmel London products. I am so obsessed with their products, and honestly thank you so much Rimmel for all the amazing things that you've sent to me. Like over the past few months I've been trying out so many new products and I absolutely love them all. Like every day on a daily basis for my makeup, for work, for the weekends, there is always Rimmel products in every single look I do. So it's definitely a product I highly recommend. And in New Zealand, like our makeup is quite expensive, but Rimmel, it's a really affordable brand, but it's just as good as the high-end makeup. So I'm obsessed. And as well as doing the full face, I'm also very excited. We're going to be doing some lip swatches of the new Rimmel Stay Matte lip colours. I was so excited to get this package. So we've got 6 colours to try out today. So I'll make sure I check that little lip swatch part at the end as well. I have actually used, which one did I use? I think it was one of these nude ones I used, and it literally lasted all day. I was so impressed. But there are 15 shades to choose from. It's a very bold pigment, stays on, and it's got a 12-hour wear. So we're going to try all those lip swatches today too. So let's get into it. So to start with, what I've actually been doing a lot at the moment is, and again I do this every day for work, I combine the hashtag Insta Flawless Perfecting Radiant Skin Tint and the Fix and Go Primer. So I always start my base with this. I'm just going to get my hair out of my face. How cute are these from Kmart? Oh my goodness, I think they're adorable. So I always start off, so obviously my face is cleanse and moisturize. I always do that morning and night, but I'm just going to start with putting this tint all over. This tint is actually really lovely, especially, you know, with summer, with the hot weather. If you're going somewhere where you don't want to put a lot of makeup on, or you know, maybe you're just, I don't know, popping out to the grocery store or something and you don't want just a plain face, this is so lovely to put on because it's so moisturizing, but it just gives you a really lovely, this is soft tint but just a really nice glow, and it just makes your skin look really healthy. And then because this can be used as a primer and a setting spray, I spritz my face with that just to keep that tint just locked in. I'm going to use the Conceal and Correct, the little palette here today. So you've got your 3 different shades here. So the sort of the beigey orange colour, that's to help with dark circles. The green is to help combat redness, and then the purple helps with dullness. So depending on what areas you're wanting to work on your face, you can choose the different colours that you'd need. Just start with the orange shade under my eyes. And this, you always do this before putting your foundation on. So you do it after your primer. Well, that's how I do it, whatever you want to do. Then I'm going to put a little bit of the purple. I like to just actually put it in the areas that I want to highlight. So pretty much the same areas that you would naturally put your highlighter. That's where I usually like to put this, because it does just brighten those spots up a bit. And then a little bit of redness, I do a little bit of my chin just down here. And a little bit just around the edge of my nose. And then I do have my damp beauty blender. Excuse, it does need a wash, so do not get at me for my dirty beauty blender. But as well as it being damp, I also spritz it with this, and it just helps everything last that little bit longer. So to get started, I always start the under eyes, then I do the purple shade and then the green shade last. So the foundation I'm going to use, this is my absolute favourite at the moment. It is the Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Foundation, and this is in the soft beige shade. I am so obsessed with this. I've honestly used this every day since I got it, and I've had to buy more because I've run out, and like the setting spray I ran out of, the tint I ran out of, so I'm going through this a lot, but I love it. And I love the little applicator. It just makes everything so much easier. There's no mess, you don't have to pour anything out, you don't have to guess how much you need. It's so easy just being on that stick. And for concealer, I'm going to use the Wake Me Up Anti-Fatigue Skin Brightening Concealer, and I get this in Ivory. This is such a lovely concealer. It's not too heavy, it doesn't crease. It's nice and brightening, nice and light. To set that all down, I'm going to use the Fix and Matte powder. Now for eyebrows, for today I think I will use the gel and the powder. Right, and then to finish off the brows, I then just go in with the brow gel and just dust over those just nice and lightly, and it just holds everything in place. So just to get started, I'm going to go in with the nude palette, and I'm just going to use this really light shade here just to dust over my whole lid. Just like so. Then I'm going to go in with the Colour Edition, and I'm just going to use this soft brown, and I'm going to dust that over my lid, only slightly into the crease. I'm not going to take it up too high. So I'm just going to focus that just lightly and literally just slightly over the crease. I'm not pulling it up too high because I want the other colours to be the more dominant shades. So then I am going to take this green shade. I'm not going to go in too heavy to start with because I haven't actually used that colour yet, so I don't know how pigmented it is. And I'm going to go in with just a small fluffy brush, and I'm going to place it on the corner at the front here and just slightly above that crease too. Just like so, and also on the outside. A nice blender brush, and just blend it out. I'm going to make it a little bit darker because I do want this green to stand out. Then I'm going to take just a small dot of concealer to the center of my lid here. And I'm going to go in with this gorgeous, it's sort of a champagne-y gold shade. Now I like to use my finger for these because the pigment does come up a lot stronger. Like, the pigment is amazing in these. And I'm just going to place that right on top of where I put that concealer. I think I'm going to do quite a dramatic wing today, because why not? Like, every single product of Rimmel's, like, I can't just rave about it enough. Like, it's just so easy to use. You know, the brows, you're done in 2 seconds. Your flawless foundation is done in 2 seconds. The wing liner, like, this is just the most amazing product. Everything, their shadows are pigmented. Everything is just so flawless, and it is so affordable. It is honestly comparable to so many different high-end products. So I am going to put just a very, very small amount of concealer just in the center down here. And I'm going to take just a very, very small fluffy brush to just pack some of that gold right under there. And then with that same brush, taking that green and just pulling it towards the front here. And I'm actually connecting that front corner as well with that green. And the outer corner. For the mascara, I'm using the Wonderfully Real mascara. This mascara is a game changer. It is so beautiful, and you just get so much length and volume. Honestly, every time I wear this, someone asks if I've got my lash extensions back, and I don't. It's like, no, just Rimmel. Like, look at that, you don't even need falsies with this mascara, it's so beautiful. So depending if you like cream contours or powder contours, I've got a few different types here. So I've got the Duo Contour Stick, which I absolutely love. You get a highlight and a contour stick in one. It's a bit like the Kim Kardashian West contour sticks, which I haven't used. Am I the only person that feels like every video she does it with, her skin is so oily that it's like, do you have to put an oil on your face for it to actually blend out? I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like every time there's a video, she's so shiny, and it makes me think, is your product actually, you know, does it have to be used with some oil on your skin for it to actually work? I don't know. Then we've also got the Conceal and Contour little palettes. So you've got a highlighter, concealer, and like a sculpt, so the dark shade. And then, so I've used both of these, love them, but today I'm going to use the Kate Moss palette because I haven't used this yet, and Rimmel sent it to me. So you get a highlighter, a contour, and a blush all in one, and they look beautiful. So I want to try this out today. I haven't used it yet. So I'm going to start with the contour shade and just using an angled fluffy brush. So I always do a little bit under my jawbone, and I just kind of blend it down my neck a little bit just to make sure I don't get a harsh line. And then I take it around my temples and my forehead a little bit, not too major, just a little bit. And then obviously cheekbones. It's nice, it's just quite a natural, subtle contour. So now for the blush. Oh, that's pretty too. Tiny brush, and I'm going to pop a little bit of highlight just under my brow bone. I'm going to use the same brush just to put a little bit of that gold eyeshadow just in the corner there. Oh, that's really pretty as well. Like a natural glow. It's not too in your face, but it's enough to give it a little pop. So I'm going to test out these lippies now, do a few little lip swatches. So I'm going to start with the shade Pink Bliss. It's so pretty. That is just such a lovely soft neutral pink. So again, that is Pink Bliss. This one is Rose and Shine. So again, that one is Rose and Shine. Another gorgeous, just very natural pink. That's just a nice, easy, everyday wear. Love it. This one is called Heartbeat. They're just so easy to go on. I love it. And they smell nice. So this one is Heartbeat. Love this as well. Super wearable. Obviously a little bit darker than the other pink, but definitely an everyday wear. For me, I would wear that any day. So that again is Heartbeat. This one is called Firestarter. Oh, I like that. That's a gorgeous shade. And so again, that one is called Firestarter. A really nice, easy red. It's quite a muted red, but with a slight sort of orange undertone. So it's almost like that kind of burnt orange, deep red shade. So again, Firestarter, and I really like that colour tone. Actually, it almost looks a bit of a Christmassy look with this eyeshadow. And this one is called Plum This Show. So that one is called Plum This Show. Love the colour again. I think that's a really beautiful colour. This would actually be a perfect fall winter colour, even to go with this look. So yeah, Plum This Show, love it. And the last one is called Midnight. This looks very interesting. It's such a deep purple. And that one is called Midnight. Gorgeous colour again, a nice dark deep plum shade. So that is Midnight. And so that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Feels so good to be back. I'm so excited, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this look using Rimmel products, and I can highly recommend to go out and honestly try all of these. You'll be just as obsessed as I am, I promise. But I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you again very soon. See ya. Hey everyone, how are you all doing? I have not filmed a video for a very long time, so if I'm a little bit rusty, I apologize. So today I'm super excited. I have had a lot of people ask me what just an easy everyday makeup look is my go-to, and I thought I would show you today a super simple makeup look using some of my favorite products from LoveMy Makeup. You can get everything you want from LoveMy Makeup online. So they don't have any stores now, everything's online, which is super convenient actually. You can just click away and it's delivered to your door within a couple of days. So check them out, they're getting lots of new brands coming in, lots of new products, which is really exciting. So I will link it all down below so you can go straight to their website and have a look, but let's get straight into it. So the first thing I'm going to use is the LA Girl Pro Prep High Definition Smoothing Face Primer. So I've got nothing on my face at all this morning, obviously, besides my just morning skincare routine. So this is quite a like a silicone based primer, so you don't need to use too much. So with this primer, I focus it just where my pores need that extra help. So it's pretty much just my nose, along my cheeks here, a little bit on my forehead and on my chin. Then as well as that, I go in with the Rimmel Lasting Finish 8-Hour Wear Primer. So this one is a little bit more tacky, and I find this one helps foundations stay a lot longer through the day. So this one is a bit more of a tackier primer, and so with that slight tackiness, it just helps the primer just really stick and blend into your skin beautifully. So I've just got my mirror here, that's why I'm looking down this way. I'm hoping the lighting's okay. It is literally like thunderstorms today. And then what I like to do, this is personal preference, but I like to go in, this is my favorite setting spray. This is the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go. I like to set my primer. It's just like another little extra step that just helps everything stay all day long. And just give that a minute to let it soak in and dry into your skin before applying your foundation. So for foundation, this is what I wear to work every day. I'm a teacher, so it's a busy job and it lasts all day on my skin. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. That is a mouthful. So I use the shade Natural, and this is a really beautiful foundation. You can wear it really light into a very thin coverage, and so it looks very natural, or you can build it up for a little bit more of a high coverage finish, but it has the most beautiful sheen to it that it doesn't look cakey or heavy. So I like to use my beauty blender. So this is a damp sponge, and I just dot that all over. So I do have a little bit of fake tan on at the moment, so the natural colour works with my fake tan. I would definitely need a different shade if I wasn't tanned. And just make sure when you're doing your foundation that you start with the centre of your face, because you want the last lot of product around the outside, because that's where you do have a lot of finer hairs and obviously your hairline. So you don't want a lot of product going around the outside, especially if you're blonde. That's when you see it all. So once you've got that blended everywhere in the center of your face, then you can start going around the outer edge and just blending into that hairline. And always make sure you just come under your neck, it's around your chin and along your jawline. But it is just the most beautiful coverage, and it covers all the redness and everything's just even. I love it. I've used this foundation for years. It's been one of my favorites for a long time. So you can see just that lovely glow that it gives and just that lovely coverage. So some of my favorite concealers, I love the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline, the Rimmel Wake Me Up, and also the LA Girl Pro Conceal. So those are my three sort of go-to. So today I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is quite a high coverage, so you don't need a lot. So I just like to do 3 little dots like that, also down my nose, and then I just come up here as well. And then I am going to mix a little bit of the Wake Me Up as well. I'll put all my shades that I'm using, I'll put it all down below so you know what I've used. And then for my contour, I'm going to use also the Pro Conceal, but this is in the shade Cool Tan. I do also like to use the Insta Conceal and Contour by Rimmel, and also their contour stick. I've actually just run out of it, so those are my go-to. So I like to do a little bit along my forehead, like so. I do normally do a line under my jaw as well, but because I'm wearing a turtleneck, I don't want too much makeup underneath my jaw. And going in with the LA Girl brush number 108, I'm going to just buff that in. This is so easy to blend to, which makes everything much faster and quicker. So whatever excess I've got, I'm just going to run a little bit under my jaw, a bit down the side of my nose too. And before I go in with my blush and highlight, I'm just going to set everything down that I've got so far. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Face High Definition Matte Pressed Powder, and this is in the shade Buff. So even though it's called matte, it isn't super matte, so I'm just going to use the LA Girl Brush 101. It's not like a super heavy matte powder, because I'm definitely more of a, I love my glowy skin look, and this to me, it isn't too matte. Everyone's different. I don't fully set under my eyes. I used to, because it was what I saw everyone doing all the time. And for me, obviously, like this year I'm 32, so I'm a little bit older, and you know, there are little fine lines under my eyes. And if you are, obviously if you're younger, you haven't got the fine lines, you can set under your eyes and it will stay perfect all day. If you are a little bit older and you know, you're getting the lines, or you've got a bit more of a mature skin, if you don't set under your eyes, because the powder is what just sits into all those lines, and it can make things look worse and make you look older. So if you don't set under your eyes throughout the day, you can just gently dab under your eye like this, and it will just even out any creases or any of the product that has moved, and it looks flawless again. Whereas if you set it with the powder, you're stuck with it all day. So there's my little tip. And on my cheeks, I'm going to use a W7 product, and it is called the Cheek of It Blush in Perfect Pink. I know that looks scary, but it doesn't come out too bad. And this is the LA Girl 107 brush. So I'm just going to blend that in. And for highlighter, I love a good glow. I'm using the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder in the shade 90 Watt. This is one of my favorites. I also love Champagne Pop from Becca Cosmetics, the Jaclyn Hill one. The other favorite is the Master Chrome. It's a Maybelline metallic highlighter, and this one is more of a gold shade. So I definitely, yeah, prefer the sort of gold tones, sort of champagne-y tones and pinky tones. And this is a Real Techniques brush. It's called a setting brush. I use it for highlighter. If you, also another little tip, if you are wanting your highlighter to be like extra intense, you can spray your brush with setting spray, so the brush is a little bit damp, and then you'll have an even more blinding highlighter look, if that's the look you're going for. And then with that on, I just take the brush that I put my powder on and just blend that all together. You can do that. You can also use your damp beauty blender and blend that in as well, so whichever you like to do. And then before we start brows, I like to set my base once again. So for brows, I personally like using a brow pomade. I have to draw quite a bit of my eyebrow on, so I do need the help of a pomade. My favorite one that I've been using for quite a while now is the CoverGirl brow pomade. I mean, you can see I like to use that. And this does come with a little brush at the top, but I don't particularly like it. I just use, I've had this for that long, there's not even a number or a brand on it anymore. It's just a generic angled brush. What I like to do is I draw my line along the bottom first. So I do this line, then I usually go from about midway, draw along the top and get my arch right, and then without getting any extra product, then I start blending it. And then, yeah, from about halfway, I create my arch, connect the tail, so the lines that I've already got there and what's left on my brush is now just what I blend. So I'm blending that line, just going up to fill the front of my brow. I just keep building up and up and up. So I still haven't added any more product yet. And then I just start connecting it all together. Then to set them down, I use, this is actually a little Arbonne, it's in the shade light medium, but any brow gel will work. I like to use one with a bit of colour, but if you've already got dark brows, you might want to just use a clear gel. And this just helps everything stay put. It's just a little fluffy brush, and this is the Kylie palette, but you obviously don't have to use this. I just like, these are a lot of the tones that I like to use for just an everyday look, and I'm literally going to just use that. That's all we're going to use. So all I do, dip my brush in, and I literally just dust that all over my lid, and I bring it up slightly higher than my crease, like so. I do have some lash extensions on at the moment, so normally if I didn't have them on, I would obviously do a few coats of mascara as well. And I normally take, I love the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in black, and I also love the Maybelline Tattoo Liner in dark brown. Those are my two favorite. Line my tight line and then do a few coats of mascara. Then I'm taking a smaller fluffy brush with the same color, and I'm just bringing that along my lower lash. So I will leave it like that. Sometimes I'll pop a little bit of gold shimmer or a bit of highlighter just in the mid lid. So just for my bottom lashes, I am going to put on a little bit of mascara, and this is the Rimmel Wonderfully Real Mascara. So I'm just going to use that along my lower lashes. Just to finish off my eyes, I'm going back in with the strobe powder, and I've got a tiny little fluffy brush there, and I'm just going to place that in my inner corner. And then also just a small amount just under my brow, just along that brow bone. And then just to finish everything, one last spritz. And I'm going to use, sorry, there's a lot of LA Girl products. This is the LA Girl Matte Lipstick in the shade Snuggle. So just a lovely nude shade. And that is my finished look. So it's super easy, super simple, and quick and easy just for work or just for the weekend. Just very simple. And my little tip for your everyday makeup look, if you're wanting something fast and quick, the main thing to get sorted is your base. Because you don't have to go full on with your eyes, you could just put a little lip gloss on if you didn't feel like lipstick. But having that base done is what just sets everything for the day and just keeps you looking fresh and just, yeah, all put together. So that's my little look. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will link all the products that I've used down below. I will also let you know all the shades too. And yeah, if you have any questions, please ask. But I hope you have a beautiful week, and I hope this weather gets a little bit better for all of us. See you next time. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an amazing week. So yesterday I did a little bit of shopping at Mac in St. Luke's shopping mall and picked up a few little goodies to try out. First thing I'm actually super excited about is the brushes that I got. I've got the Mac 217, the 286, and what I'm most excited about is the 170. It feels amazing. It is so dense and I cannot wait to try it, because I do often use a beauty blender more than a brush for my foundation, but I can't wait to try it. It feels amazing. And the other thing I picked up is the MAC Prep and Prime, and I'm going to use this to set under my eyes. And I also picked up this gorgeous eyeshadow. It's called Can't Stop Don't Stop, and it's a dazzle shadow. I'm hoping that will pick up, but it is the most gorgeous. It's sort of, it's purpley pinky, but the glitter just hits the light absolutely beautifully. It was so hard to pick an eyeshadow. I just wanted to get one to do a little bit more of a dramatic look, but I could have had every single shade that was there. So I am going to start with my eyes first today because I do want to do a bit more of a smoky look, but I'm going to just go ahead and start my face with my primer so that can soak in while we do the eyes. And I'm going to use the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. There was so many amazing things in the store yesterday. I honestly could have had one of everything. The colours are just absolutely incredible. And they've got some really awesome eyeshadow palettes now where you can, well, they're probably not new, I just haven't seen them. You can actually pick out a palette with however many different singles you want, and then you can choose what eyeshadows to put in it. So rather than buying an eyeshadow palette and there might be 3 colours in there you never use, you get to customise your own palette, which I reckon is pretty cool. It's not cheap though, that's the only thing, so it does, you know, it is a little bit more expensive, but we'll see today what the quality is like of this eyeshadow. So as well as that MAC shadow, I'm going to just use the NYX Love Paris shadow. This is such a gorgeous palette. I'm absolutely loving it. It's this cutest little thing, but the colours in it are just amazing. So to start with, I'm just going to use this nude shade here just to dust all over my lid. And I have done my brows already. I just thought I've done them so many times and I always use the same product, so it's just my Maybelline Brow Satin. And then set with the Benefit Gimme Brow. Then the next shade I'm going to use is this soft brown shade here. And I'm just going to pop that in the crease. And I'm going to use the black. I'm going to start with it quite soft, just to start with, and then we will be building it up. So that's just going straight into the crease here. And just ever so slightly dragging that up towards that soft brown that we put down first. And then just buff it out. And because I do want this pigment to stand out a lot, I am going to use some concealer just to block out my lid. It just makes the colours pop that little bit more. So we're just going to block out the front here. I'm going to use quite a dense brush to pack that pigment on. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, it is stunning. It's gorgeous because it reflects all the different colours that I think, depending what you would wear, would actually reflect these pigments. So now I'm going to just intensify the depth of that black that we used initially on the outside. So I'm just going to smoke that out a little bit more. And just bring it into that shadow just on that corner. And just blend it in. So you can see all this black fallout, which is why if you are going to do a heavier makeup look, and especially using black, definitely do your eyes first. It just saves having to try and tie it around your eyes when you've already done your concealer and your foundation. I'm not going to actually do any eyeliner on here either. I want the emphasis to be on that purple shadow, so that's going to be the top of the eye look. So for foundation today, I'm going to use the Designer Brands 24-Hour Foundation, and this is in the shade Nude Beige. I'm so excited to use this brush. It's so beautiful. I almost don't want to use it though because it's so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. It moves the foundation around so easy. It really blends it in too. Well, if you are into using brushes instead of a beauty blender and you're looking for a brush, highly recommend this. So it's the 170. It is incredible. It moves the foundation around so easy, and it's just it feels like it's actually just sort of really pushing it into your skin. It's not just gliding over the top. But no, it's really, really lovely. So definitely recommend that. For concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Fair. I'm not going to set under my eyes right away because I just want to finish putting the black along my lower lashes. So just in case I need to touch that up, I don't want to set it just yet. Now what I am going to do is actually, I'm going to drag rid of that purple down the front. So instead of putting the pop of highlight there that I usually do, I'm actually going to use this purple just along the front here. And then along the bottom to start with, I'm going to go back in with the soft brown shade that we initially used for the transition shade. And that's going to be the first colour. I'm just going to drag along my lower lid. And then I'm going in with the black. And we're just going to darken that up. And then just with your blending brush, just gently dust that out. I'm going to just put a little bit more concealer underneath, and then we'll set it. So now using the 286 brush, so I've just dropped some into my lid here, just picking a bit of that out, drop the excess off. So for the rest of my face, for concealer I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I use the shade Cool Tan. So I'm going to use this under my cheekbones. Under my jaw. Yeah. And then I'm just using a little angled brush to pulling that in. And just dusting all over my face as a setting powder. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Face High Definition Matte Press Powder, and this is in the shade Buff. For blusher, I'm going to use the Bigger Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use this shade here. And for highlight, I'm going to use the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder. This is the 120 watt, and it's actually just more of a, it's almost like a white highlighter. So I'm just going to use a little bit under my brow bone. And for my lips, I thought I will use a purple shade as well. So this is the shade Berry, and this is from the Kiss Me Live Glam collection. And then with that same highlighter that you've used, just dip your finger in a little bit, and I'm just going to put that on the center of my lips. And that's the finished look. Just something a little bit different, and the products that I've got from MAC I absolutely love, so I will list them all down below. And yeah, that honestly, that foundation brush, I absolutely love it. It's a nice change instead of using my beauty blender. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this look. It is something definitely a little bit different and maybe not for everybody, but I enjoyed doing it, and I hope you did as well. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to keep up to date with what I'm up to and what I'm doing, I upload a video every week, so please hit the subscribe button down below, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a great week. Everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Eloise, and today I thought I would do, obviously I've done my eyes, you can see that, but for the rest of my face I thought I would do a bit of an LA Girl face. We can prep, prime, we've got setting powder, we've got concealer, we've got setting spray. The only thing, I'm so gutted, I've got everything for my base except for a blusher. So I'm going to use a different blusher, but basically this is going to be a full face, well, face base by LA Girl products. So this is going to be basically a full face, excluding the eyes, of LA Girl products. And I got all of these from LoveMy Makeup. That's where I get all my LA Girl products from, and I absolutely love LA Girl products. Like, so far all the things I've tried, I'm just in love with, and LoveMy Makeup is such an amazing store. You can get all types of makeup, that you can go natural, you can go full on, and it's all really affordable. So thought I would show you some of my favorite LA Girl products that I've used, and yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, we said we let it go, but we settled for the last. Couldn't let you want it though. we said we'd let it go, but we settled for the last. Couldn't let you want it.
And then to finish it off, I'm just going to use the LA Girl matte lipstick, and these are the flat velvet lipsticks. They're a really nice combo between a very matte liquid lipstick and a more satin, so it still does dry down to a matte, but you don't get that really intense dryness that some matte lipsticks do. And hopefully you can pick that up. There's still a little bit of a sheen to it, which I really like. And they're really pigmented, which is gorgeous too, and there's lots of different shades to choose from. And that's the finished look. Super easy, and the products are absolutely incredible. Oh, actually, I forgot the last thing. The LA Girl setting spray. I absolutely love this. It's really hydrating, and it really does help keep your makeup on all day, help it last. So I will list all the products down below that I've used today, all the LA Girl products. And I hope you enjoyed it. Have an amazing week, and I will see you again in the next video. See you guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This look I've done is a little bit dramatic, a little bit dark, but today's been quite gloomy and wintry, so I felt like doing something smoky and a little bit more of a wintry vibe. I've got some cool new products that I've been playing with in this video, so you'll get to see those. So a couple of them are first trials for me, and absolutely love them. So if you want to see how this look is done, please keep watching. And if it's a video that you have enjoyed, please hit the thumbs up, and if you want to keep up to date with my videos and just see what I'm up to, hit the subscribe button down below. I upload every week, and I'm always posting up photos and new things that I'm trying, so definitely keep you up to date with what I'm doing. So if you would like to see how this look is done, then please keep watching, and I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to start off by using the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. I got this about a week ago, and I'm absolutely loving it. I feel like it really does hold your foundation in place, and it's just another primer that I like. I do have quite a few that I enjoy using, but I'm enjoying this one for a change. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. I use the shade Natural, and this is perfect for when I've got a fake tan on. It would be way too dark if I didn't have any tan on. But this foundation I'm absolutely loving as well. This has pretty much become my daily go-to at the moment, especially for work. It's got a really great coverage, but it also has that nice shine to it, so it looks not too heavy, not too full. And for concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Fair. And to set under my eyes, I'm using the Australis Banana Powder. Just a little bit of that under your eyes. I don't like to use too much powder under my eyes because it can get a little bit cakey. So I like to just dust a small amount. And another product that I've been using lately and I'm really enjoying is the LA Girl Pro Face. This is a high definition matte pressed powder. And this is a really good setting powder just to dust all over your face once you've applied your foundation. And although it does have a matte finish, it doesn't leave everything looking too heavy or too cakey. It definitely still has a nice soft glow to it. And for brows, I'm using the Maybelline Brow Satin in medium brown. And for my eyes today, I'm going to be using the NYX Love in Paris palette. This is so adorable. There's a little bow to open it up, which is super cute. And the shades in here are a beautiful range. There's lots of different looks you could do with this, from natural to quite smoky. And I'm thinking I might use some of the darker shades and do a little bit of a smoky look, not too heavy, but so we'll have a little play with this and see where we end up. But to start with, I'm just going to use the lightest shade here, which is, if I look on the back here, is shade 6. And I'm just going to dust that all over my lid, just as a base to get started. And then I'll be using the shade right next to it, which is shade 5. This I'm going to use just slightly above my crease, and this is going to be our transition shade. So if you have a look in the mirror, you see where your crease is. So mine is here. I'm just going to go slightly above it and in the crease as well, but just bringing it up a little bit towards the brow bone. And then we'll use the darker shades moving further down and into the crease a bit more. So next I am going to take the black, which is shade 4 on this palette. I'm not going to go too heavy-handed to start with, I'm going to build up. But I'm going to start by placing it along my outer V and into the crease. And just blend that in. And then what I'm going to do is the shade that we've used for the transition shade, I'm just going to lightly dip my brush into that colour as well and just dust over that area where it is transitioning into the lighter shade, just to soften it up just that little bit more and just to make that really look seamless. And so now I'm going to take a little concealer brush and my concealer, and I'm just going to block out this front area of my lid, because there's a nice shimmer shade in here and I want to see how nice and shimmery that will look, and it might just be the perfect little pop for this look. So you're just taking your concealer and you're just blocking out this front part of the lid. Then I'm going to use this soft shimmer shade here. So I'm just going to pack that all along where we've just put that concealer. Oh, that's so pretty. That's beautiful. And then without adding any product to your blending brush that you've used with the black, just drag that over the edge just to blend that in and slightly bring it in to this outer corner just so it softens that up a little bit, so it's not just that harsh line where you put your concealer. And just for the excess that's on my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to sweep up the side of that eyeshadow like that just to clean up that edge. So obviously, because it is a little bit of a darker look, I'm going to use a bit of black eyeliner. And this is the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner. So I'm going to run that through my tight line. And not directly in my waterline, just along where my lashes go. So you can see the difference just from running that through your tight line, just how much it deepens where your lashes are. Now I do have lash extensions on at the moment, so if I didn't, I would definitely do a coat of mascara and put some strip lashes on, so totally up to you. And so now I'm just going to run the same liner just along where my lashes are, my bottom lashes. Taking a very small fluffy brush, dipping it into that transition shade again, and blending that into that liner that we've just put on and just softening that line. And then not adding any product, just buffing out that eyeliner just a little bit more. And now I'm going to take the smallest amount of the black shadow and just run that directly underneath. As you can see, that's nicely smoked out. I didn't want it to be too harsh, just nice and soft just underneath my eye. And then because you've got a heavier lower lash, I'm going to do a wing just to finish it off. And I'm going to try out the LA Girl Fine Line Long Lasting Fine Tip Liquid Eyeliner. So I'll give this one a go. I usually always, this is my absolute ride or die, the Rimmel London Glam Eyes Liquid Liner. I've used this for years. It's always my go-to for my wings, but I do like to try new products. But yeah, that is always the one that I grab for. This is actually really, really good. It's super easy to use. It's probably really good if you're just starting out with liquid liners. It's yeah, it's pretty easy, and it's just like holding a pen rather than with the Glam Eyes. It is a completely separate little brush. So this would be quite good if it's something new to you that you're trying with liquid liner. This would be quite a good one. Yeah, I really like that liquid liner. It's really easy to use and it's got a really nice finish. It's got a matte finish to it. So yeah, definitely recommend that. Really liked it. So to finish the rest of my face off, I'm going to contour with the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Just buff it in. I do usually do 2 coats of the contour just under my cheeks because I do like a strong contour. I do like that to be quite well defined. And for blush, I'm going to use the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am going to use this darker shade here. And for highlight, I'm going to use the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder, and this is the 90 watt. I absolutely love these, look at that. There are so many different shades as well. I honestly want to get all the shades just to play with because they're so beautiful. So I'm just placing that in my inner corner. I'm actually just going to put a little bit along my lid like that, and just under my brow bone. And it would probably help if I blended in the contour on my nose. I do this all the time. I put it on, and then by the end of finishing my makeup, I look at it and realise that I haven't actually blended it in, which is not such a great look. And I'm going to put a little bit of highlight just up that line on my nose and on the tip. And I like to dust a little bit along my forehead. And just some mascara for my lower lashes. I'm not going to put it along the top, like I said, because of my lash extensions. But I'm going to use the Maybelline Falsies Volume Express Mascara. And for lips, I'm going to use the, I guess Me lipstick from Live Glam. I'll put the link down below, my first video of all my Live Glam products and where you can order them from. They're absolutely incredible. This is the Satin Sheets shade. And so that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions at all, please just comment down below and let me know. But I hope you liked some of these new products I've been playing with as well and enjoyed this look. It's a little bit more dramatic, a bit dark, but I feel like something a little bit different. Hope you all have an amazing week and I will talk to you again soon. See ya!